Have you ever noticed there are moments when your cat quietly walks into the room, looks at you for a few seconds, and then leaves like nothing happened? You probably think it's just random, or maybe a bit of harmless curiosity. But what if the truth is, that brief moment is actually one of the deepest ways your cat is trying to connect with you? And here's the part most people don't realize. Every time you ignore it, every time you brush it off, you might be teaching your cat that coming to you isn't really worth it. Most cat owners never think about this. They assume cats are independent, hard to read, even a little cold. But science tells a very different story, because behind those quiet little check-ins, there's protection, emotional awareness, attachment, and even behaviors your cat learned from you. And in this video, you're going to discover the 6 real reasons your cat keeps checking on you, including one at the end that will completely change how you see your relationship with your cat. So if you've ever wondered why your cat seems to check in on you for no reason, this video is going to change the way you see those moments forever. Because what looks like something small, almost meaningless, is actually a pattern of behavior shaped by instinct, emotion, and learning. And once you understand what's really happening, you'll know exactly how to respond in a way that strengthens your bond, instead of slowly weakening it without realizing. Let's start with the reason that surprises almost everyone. Have you ever noticed your cat checking on you more often at night, or when the house suddenly becomes quiet? That's not random. In the wild, cats are wired to patrol their territory, to scan for anything that feels out of place or potentially dangerous. And once your cat forms a bond with you, you don't just exist in their world, you become the most important part of it. So when your cat walks into your room, pauses, looks around, looks at you, and leaves, that's not boredom. That's a security check. In fact, a 2019 study from Oregon State University found that the majority of cats form secure attachments to their owners, similar to how a child bonds with a parent. And when that bond is strong, your cat doesn't just feel safe around you, they feel responsible for you. That quick little visit, it's your cat saying in their own way, I checked, you're okay, I can relax now. And here's the part most people miss. When you ignore that moment completely, you're not just doing nothing. You're quietly telling your cat that their effort to check on you doesn't matter. A simple glance, a soft voice, even just acknowledging their presence, can reinforce that connection more than you think. And once you see it this way, you'll never look at those random visits the same again. Have you ever had a bad day, and somehow your cat shows up out of nowhere and just sits near you? Not asking for anything, not making noise, just staying close. That's not a coincidence. Cats are incredibly sensitive to subtle changes in your body, your breathing, your posture, even the tone of your voice. When you're stressed or emotionally off, your body shifts in ways you don't even notice. But your cat does. A study published in Animal Cognition found that cats actually adjust their behavior based on their owner's emotional state. When their owners appeared distressed, cats were significantly more likely to approach, stay nearby, and observe closely. So when your cat quietly comes to sit near you during a difficult moment, they're not being curious, they're responding. They picked up on something changing inside you, and they made a decision to be there. That silent presence, it's your cat saying, I noticed, and I'm here. And maybe the most important part is this. They don't need you to do anything back. They just need you to let them stay. And if you're starting to see your cat a little differently right now, take a second to like the video and subscribe. Because what you're about to learn next is something most owners never realize. But once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. Have you ever noticed that during these little check-ins, your cat often rubs against your leg, your hand, or even your face? It feels like affection, and it is, but not in the way you think. Cats have scent glands along their cheeks, forehead, and the base of their tail. Every time they rub against you, they're leaving behind pheromones, a scent marker that says, this is mine. But here's what most people don't realize. That scent doesn't last forever. It fades, which means your cat has to come back and refresh it. So a lot of those random visits aren't random at all. Your cat walks in, rubs against you, and leaves, not because they're bored, but because they just renewed their connection with you. And this is also why your cat checks on you even more after you've been outside or around other people or animals. You came back smelling unfamiliar, and your cat isn't going to let that slide. They need to replace those outside scents with their own, to restore what feels right in their world. It's not jealousy, it's something deeper. It's your cat making sure that no matter where you've been, you still belong with them. Have you ever been sitting quietly in one place for a long time, not moving, not making a sound, and suddenly your cat appears out of nowhere? It might seem random, but it's not. That moment of silence actually creates uncertainty for your cat. Behaviorists call this the secure base effect. It means your cat uses your presence as an emotional anchor. As long as they know where you are, they feel safe enough to relax, explore, and be themselves. But when that certainty disappears, even briefly, they come looking. A 2019 study by Kristen Vitale at Oregon State University found that most cats show clear signs of secure attachment to their owners. When their person leaves, their stress increases. And when they return, the cat relaxes almost immediately. So when your cat walks in, looks at you, and leaves, they're not checking out of curiosity. They're resetting their sense of safety. That quick glance is their way of saying, "You're still here. Okay, I'm fine." And something as simple as a soft voice, or even just acknowledging them with your eyes, can reinforce that sense of security more than you think. Now here's something a little unexpected. Have you ever noticed what you do when your cat checks on you? You look at them. You say their name. Maybe you reach down and give them a quick scratch. It feels natural. But to your cat, it's something else. It's feedback. Every time your cat walks in and gets a reaction, even a small one, their brain registers it. That worked. Attention, eye contact, touch. It all counts as a reward. And this is where things shift from instinct to learned behavior. This is called operant conditioning. A behavior that gets rewarded is more likely to be repeated. Your cat didn't need to be trained. They figured it out on their own. They tested a behavior, you responded, and now it's a pattern. So yes, your cat is checking on you because they care, but they're also coming back because every time they do, you prove it was worth it. And this is the part that changes everything. Take a second and think about it. How many times a day do you check on your cat? You walk past them and glance over. You peek into a room just to see where they are. You call their name for no reason other than to know they're okay. You've done it so many times. It feels automatic. But your cat has been watching every single time. Cats are incredibly observant, especially when it comes to the people they trust. And over time, they begin to mirror behaviors that are repeated often, especially behaviors tied to attention and connection. This is called behavioral mirroring. Your cat didn't randomly decide to start checking on you. They learned it from you. They saw you come looking for them again and again. And at some point, they made a connection. This is what we do for each other. So now when your cat walks into the room, looks at you, and leaves, that moment didn't start with them. It started with you. Every check-in they've ever made is an echo of every time you cared enough to look first. So the next time your cat quietly appears, looks at you for just a second, and walks away, don't brush it off, because in that small, silent moment, there's protection, there's awareness, there's attachment, there's learning, and most importantly, there's connection. Your cat isn't distant, they're not cold, and they're definitely not doing nothing. They're just speaking a language that most people never learn to hear. But now you do. So tell me, the next time your cat checks on you like that, will you still see it as something meaningless? Or will you finally understand what they've been trying to say all along?